mended relationships. Jennaske finally sets the deal, and the Mendeeces family have a lot in store. Of course, our special segment, our news and gossip predictions, and you just logged into episode 6 of Love and Hip Hop New York.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, whoa. Welcome back to Love and Hip Hop New York. Oh, hey guys, welcome.
Hi.
Hey AfterBuzzers, welcome back to Love and Hip Hop New York panel. So glad you guys are back tuning in with us. We have a lot of great topics for you guys. We have mended relationships happening. Jennaske finally sets the deal straight, and the Mendeeces family have a lot coming up that we will love to see. And of course, our special segment, our news and gossip and predictions. But before all of that greatness, let's get into who this panel is for you guys tonight. So hey guys, I'm your host Sierra Stafford, and to the left of me, I have the beautiful Miss Saba Hollerman. How are you today?
Hey girl,
Or tonight.
I'm doing good tonight. Oh, girl, I get you. Sometimes I get my nights and days confused. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay. Then to the left of Miss Saba, we have Shells, who's back in the building.
Guys. You know I was gonna use my tagline. I'm back. I was here for the first episode, and then we had holidays, and then you guys did a recap of like 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And then I was sick. I didn't have a voice, so I'm excited to be here and get back into it.
Yes, I'm glad. And so let's ask you this: since you weren't here last week, how was your New Year, bringing in the New Year 2020?
You know what? It
Holidays.
was pretty good. I feel like I did something a little different this year. I just told myself this year that I wasn't gonna put such a mandate on myself to like achieve things in like a small crunch time, but just kind of like map it out and like slow and steady wins the race. So that's basically what I'm doing.
Okay, I like that. We love to see it. So if you got 2020 resolutions, let us know what you think. We're gonna try to keep each other grounded, okay? Now let's get into the episode though, because it's a lot of grounding happening in this episode, which I was surprised about. So first topic, mended relationships. So we actually have a lot of mended relationships this episode. So the first one that I want to get into was the episode opened up with Cyn.
Yes.
So we left off with Cyn, Jonathan, and Erica. They're all sitting down, and Cyn did walk out. Now, when she walked out, I thought she walked out for good,
Me too.
saying, like, I'm over it. She's not really feeling me right now. But Jonathan, who I love, he's a ride or die friend. I love me some Jonathan.
Like him. Me too.
But, when Cyn walked away, he pulled Erica aside, was like, hey, let me tell you what's really happening because you're kind of being insensitive right now. And she kind of took it. She took it well. She took it well. So, long story short, Cyn and Erica made up, y'all.
That was refreshing to see. However, it's always something. Here's the caveat. Now, I guess that will be a question or a topic we all can talk about. Like, if that's not your close friend, is it out of line or like that she tried to hook them up? Would it be out of line?
Don't tell me you're trying to backdoor Erica.
No, I'm not trying to backdoor Erica. I'm just saying. No, I just want it to be open dialogue. I didn't say it was right or wrong. I just want to know everyone's respected thoughts. Like, because that was Erica's defense. She was like, well, she's not in my circle. She's not my immediate friend. Like, she's my ex. So, I guess
you basically sound like if we're not buddy like that, it doesn't. I don't look out for you no more. Basically, is what you're trying to say.
That's what Erica was trying to say.
Well, okay, yeah. In the words of Erica.
So, do you guys think like that's fair? Like, would you hook your ex up with? First of all, I don't want to talk to my ex.
No.
Let's start there. I wouldn't even be friends with my ex, but
I feel like I'm not gonna say I've been in the same situation, but no, I would not be cool with it because I feel like Cyn, regardless of whether we're friends or not, you know what's going on. Okay,
Exactly.
you know my relationship, and despite. As women too, like a breakup is hard regardless. Yeah. And just because I'm putting on the front like I'm okay just to get through because I have a kid now and other stuff to handle doesn't mean I'm okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was kind of a weak excuse to say that because you're a woman. Yeah. You had your heart broke before. You know what it's like. Stop trying to act like. I don't know.
Not only that, but they had history. Yeah. Lest we forget, like these two were in love. They were together. They were, girlfriend and girlfriend. And out of respect, it's like a women code. Yeah. It doesn't matter if they're not rolling in the same. Exactly. Well, actually, they are rolling in the same circle. So that's one. That's true. Okay. They may not be buddy, but they're definitely they don't hate each other from what it seems like. So if they're cordial, there really is no need for Erica to go out of her way to disrespect Cyn and anger her.
Well, now they're cordial.
You can tell that it's out of spite. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Now they're cordial. Yeah, I mean, it seemed a little rocky prior, but either way, it's a woman code. And especially Erica, she's pregnant. come on, you know what it feels like. You know, Cyn just gave birth not too long ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, and Erica knows that it's really rocky between her and Joe right now. She knows that Cyn is in a very sensitive space, you know, and it's hard for her. She's going through a lot. So even if she didn't like her, that's just out of respect for another woman and out of respect for the woman you used to date and so-called loved. Like, you just don't do that. That's just wrong.
But you got a good point. They are in the same circle. I just thought about that when you said that. Like, Erica was like, she's not in my, she actually is. It's actually
Hence why we're talking right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's actually, that's so true. I didn't even think about that.
brought them together.
Yeah,
right?
so
like,
as a woman,
We had no
you
connections,
should.
I wouldn't be sitting here
Exactly.
right now.
Like,
That's right.
And that's my thing too. Like, I always think about it like I'm a woman first. Like, if my brother or if my close guy friend like was doing something foul to like my friend I hooked him up with, like, I'm a woman first. Like, I'm not about to be like, oh, like player. Like, no, like that's messed up, you know?
And karma is real. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I ain't got time
yeah.
to block my blessings to piss somebody else off. It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense to
No,
me.
you're good.
And I just want to say real fast, too, I don't know if I'm still buying the whole, you didn't even cross my mind, I don't think about you.
Oh, that's a lie.
That is such a lie because when you think about Joe, you're going to automatically think about Cyn. I don't care I don't care if they live happily ever after or the worst ever. You're gonna think about Cyn.
100%.
I think about Cyn and Joe if I hear their name, and I'm a random.
Exactly.
Well, not in real life, but to them.
Yeah.
She was lying when she said that. I don't think about her. I don't care about her. She's
Yeah,
not
that
my
was
That
just
was
like-
forced.
no.
That was trying to saturate it,
It's
but
the
it's we
opposite.
all
She
know they men did it though, so that we'll
That was
just leave it
good.
at that.
Yeah.
But did you notice? Hold on. Did you notice she didn't say sorry?
She did.
Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah.
Erica did not say
She just said
sorry.
she
All she said was,
understands.
yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
basically.
See, so she's sneaky. You know, she's
a clever
We
one.
know, yeah, we know.
She's good with her words.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. You know,
That's
so
what it is.
She got Cyn reeled into that one, and you saw Cyn. She was all rubbing her stomach afterwards. Like I was like, no,
Too fast.
no, she doesn't
too
deserve
fast.
that.
Too fast. Well, speaking of Erica too, so after that situation happened, you know, her and Safaree had the photo shoot.
That's right.
And Tahiri was there, and she basically broke the news that, you know, I talked to Cyn. The topic came up about you and Joe, and we basically made up. Now, you know, y'all know I wasn't feeling Tahiri coming back for a minute because I was like, what is this gonna happen? But she handled it well. The response well.
The way they edited it during the actual trailer though made it seem like it was more than what it was.
Like always though. They
Yeah,
always do
but
it.
I felt like she handled it well as well. Like she's said herself, like she's a woman. She understands she would never want to do that. And the way that Tahiri turned down Joe's proposal, whatever, how many seasons ago, I can tell she's not really here for Joe.
And I was,
Yeah,
she's
it was just
been
a matter
over
of
him.
like
Yeah.
when she came into the storyline when they were trying to stir it. Look, I was like, okay, wait, we're not finna do that. That's why I was scared to see. But now that I see, you know, more of what she's showing, I'm like, okay, thank you, Terry, because listen, I'm a radar on you for a minute. Ain't
Trust
no lie.
me, nobody wants to get back with the Virgo. We talked about this when I was here.
Yeah,
Oh, is that what
those-
Joe is? Joe's a
Joe's a
Virgo?
Virgo.
He's a
Yeah.
Virgo, honey, and very
Virgos
much
don't-
so.
They don't take accountability.
sign.
Really? Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
It.
No, that's it.
That's
If you're
it.
a Virgo, I'm sorry, but you guys do not like being wrong.
Not the women so much. I only know from the men. The Virgo
men are
women I know are
worse.
great,
Yeah.
but the men are the worst.
Yeah, I
So-
love the women so far.
that's
but...
right. We are.
And how
Oh,
we,
you're Virgo?
Well, my sun sign is.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I do share some traits of a Virgo.
but your sun sign
Wait,
is
your
the first
sun sign is your main sign.
That's
You're
your main
Virgo.
sign.
Is that the main
When your birthday?
I thought your
When's your
main sign
birthday?
was July 20th, so I'm a Cancer.
Virgo.
You're
Cancer.
a
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, your moon
Your
sign.
moon is in Virgo.
Virgo, probably.
Your sun is your main sign.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're a Cancer.
confused.
Welcome to
Girl.
astrology.
Yeah.
Okay, I love an astrology,
Anywho.
folks. But have you seen over the years, to the point of the Virgo, Joe hasn't changed much.
Oh God,
He's
no.
still unaccountable. He's
That's
still,
Virgos. They're stuck in their. Well, the men are stuck in their ways. Trust me, I know them very well.
Me too.
Well, from family, not
Yeah.
but trust me, girl.
Okay.
Okay, so a guy who's not stuck in his ways, still mending relationships, is Safaree. So
he's out of line.
I cannot handle Safaree anymore.
But there was a lot happening with Safaree. Okay, so the first thing that first broke the ice was Safaree and Rich. They went to work out together, and basically Rich was like, you know, I'm tired of the drama, which I sincerely feel like he is. Honestly and truthfully, I do feel like he is.
I agree.
And you know, he apologizes to Safaree, and Safaree, of course, accepts it, which I knew he would because it's Safaree. But you know, it's still that hatch of, although you accept me, your wife doesn't.
And here's the thing. Safaree has shows
or your soon-to-be wife or whatever.
So many traits of how he is not ready to be a husband. He does not put his wife first. He didn't put Erica first. He went and talked to Rich without Erica knowing. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like
That's the second time.
The second time, like that's so dumb.
Yeah.
That's low-key saying like, I don't care about your feelings. Like, I want to end this beef with him, so it doesn't matter. But really, the beef was pertaining your fiance, so I am confused
The
at
beef
this
is
point.
because of
So
her.
where's your loyalty?
Exactly. Hello.
He doesn't know.
And he never does. And that's the problem with Safaree. Like, honestly, I actually see why him and Nicki Minaj did not last. Like, I completely get it now.
It hurts my feelings because I feel like genuinely he is a good person.
Yeah.
It's just like I feel like as if he was like your brother, your cousin, he would probably be the best person to have around you, you know? Because it's Safaree, he gives that positive vibe.
Yeah.
But when it comes to relationship, I feel like he still has some growing. He still acts like a boy.
Yeah. It's like
We
he's
need
in high school
we need
or
the man Safaree, and we getting the boy vibe still. I feel.
And
Very immature.
Very immature. And you can tell he's immature by whenever time they have an altercation or something happen, he's in a rush to like leave.
Yeah, he doesn't like altercation and stuff like that. But
That's a childish
exactly.
trait.
Absolutely.
That's not an excuse.
And he diverts the attention off of him. And he also victimizes himself a lot. Do you guys notice that? Like just in
What's
that
Safaree side?
that last
A cancer.
that
He's a
last
cancer.
altercation. Is
He's
he?
a cancer.
Oh no.
Well,
That makes a lot of sense.
Emotional.
I like Safaree so much. He is
The men cancers
he
are
is a
different.
man.
It's always
He is a
crazy.
man.
Yeah, I feel like there's always a difference between the man and the woman sign in a way.
100%.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
Leo
there
women, Leo men can be the devil, but women are gracious.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting.
You know what? Okay,
Interesting.
I thought my sun's sign was a Leo. Anyways, I don't know why we're going back to that.
Love and astrology, folks.
Anyways,
That's gonna be our new special segment for this show.
I gotta look
I'm
into
gonna
that
just
a
bring
little
out
bit
the
more.
cards and be like, let me tell you guys what's going on with
Today.
your signs.
Seriously, no. Next time I'm bringing some tarot cards. I don't care. Like we're gonna figure this out.
But so yeah, moving along though, along the line. So of course, so after they mended, Safaree does this big grand gesture to invite him to the freaking bachelor party. Now
Oh my
they
God,
have a
rock
bachelor
hard.
party that is shared. So one side of the room is for her, one side is for him.
So ghetto. Sorry.
A little different, yeah. And so in the midst of that, it comes out that Rich is there. Now, I mean, okay, I feel like Erica does have a right to be upset in the situation. Now, does she have to get her girls to go haywire? Now, I get in the moment she probably wasn't thinking, I get it, she's pregnant, she want her girls to handle it. But I feel like in that situation, it just wasn't going to go good
was so
regardless.
embarraing to me.
Yeah.
Exactly, I agree.
feel like that brought
I
more
was-
attention
I
to
was
it that it
cringing
shouldn't have
for
to
her.
be. Yeah. So how did you guys feel about that situation? Like, do you feel like, I mean, we all agree that Erica had a right to be upset, but the way Safaree ended it by walking out, I'm sorry, but if I'm pregnant, about to be your wife, I don't give a F what we're arguing about. You better not walk out.
But here's the thing about Cancer men. Let me just say this, okay?
You know them well,
If you
too?
start, yes, I was with them for 4 years. If you start the petty with them, they're gonna try to get back at you. And I feel like her bringing the girls out there only fueled his petty side to not really care. Either he's going to go into his crabby shell and retreat to himself, or he's gonna try to like bite back at her. Now, what her friend should have did was somebody should have
Pull to the side.
Pull to the side and be like, Erica's upset that Rich is here. Let him, as a husband, as a man, whatever, go handle it. But the whole like, he gotta go. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
a bit.
And it
That's a
became
bit. That's
theatrical.
unclassy. It became like. It's,
Well, the whole thing wasn't classy. We know
Well,
that.
true that, but I just felt bad.
Both
But
sides.
Safaree did say like one of y'all couldn't just. This is a private conversation. Y'all couldn't just. So he probably did feel like ambushing that moment. Like what the heck? But then again, I feel like he made this bed. You know, Rich should have been there in the first place. So it's kind of
Absolutely.
like not saying it's okay how they reacted, but you knew it wasn't gonna go down. Like
See, that's the thing about
Good.
Safaree, though. I think he enjoys.
Me too.
These debacles.
too.
I really do. Like honestly, he should have been on the Bad Boys Club if there ever was one.
Oh.
Like he is just.
she just pitched you
Well,
the show idea.
Funny enough, Erica Mena hosted, I think it was like the last season of Bad Girls Club. But anyways, I just feel like with Safaree, he is a troublemaker. I feel like he'll start that fire and then it's like he doesn't think it's going to get that big. But then once it does, like you said, he retreats and he goes and hides. So he did just that, you know, with Erica. You know, first he tried to talk to her like, you know, I want to talk to you. I don't care if you don't want to talk to me. And then all of a sudden he just manipulated the situation and was like, well, I'm out of here and you're ridiculous for being mad about this. It's like, no, she's not. You're wrong. Just accept that you're wrong. I just say sorry, move on. You know, as crazy as Erica Mena can be, you know, I feel like she can be sensible. You know, I feel like if you just apologize to her, she'll get over it, you know. But it's like he doesn't want them to get over it. He likes to continue, you know, the fighting the arguments. And he's just too dramatic, you know? Yeah. It's just too much. He's too much for me. I could never be with him.
I feel like off camera, which we don't know, because like I said, I feel like on these shows they always edit stuff out anyways.
Yeah,
but
true.
I feel like, because they're married now, but I feel like really off camera it's not like this, because watching that for me hurt me, because even in the relationship now, I'm not even nowhere near to be married back yet, but me just being in a relationship, if my boyfriend did that to me, I would be ready to go crazy. So imagine if we're about to get married like in some days and this happens.
We wouldn't be.
So exactly. So I definitely feel for the both of them as far as like, it's too much going on for us about to get married. So I just hope in real life they're okay, because it's just, you don't want to just be married just because of that and bringing that into the marriage. It's just, you don't need that. So they're married now, so let's hope it's butterflies. And,
that's a good point.
You know, unicorns, okay?
Yeah.
We're just going to speak that and leave it there.
Ooh, we'll pray for you.
Yes. Now, what is butterflies and possibly some unicorns is Jennaske finally know who she's working with. So she finally sets the deal and she's working with Richie, which we knew was going to happen. You're not here for it?
No, and I actually just tweeted this. I said, how many artists is Rich Dollaz going to manage on this franchise? And where did they go? Who has been successful under his... I was gonna say under his management. No one.
I'd say Olivia probably was the closest,
but she was already like then she didn't really, right?
Yeah, which he had that advantage, and still he couldn't blow her up more than that. So yeah, that's true. I don't take him seriously.
I'm not gonna say I stopped believing, because I don't. I'm not gonna say Cardi B got her thing from this, because she had her own personal thing going on social media. She had her fan base there.
She sure did.
But I feel like after so many seasons of not just Love and Hip Hop New York, but all of them, I just stopped giving to the whole producer artist thing, because it's kind of like you come on the show, we don't hear you in real life. No shade, it's just the truth. We don't hear you in real life, so it's kind of like I just let it be. I don't really think too deep into it.
When Rich left New York to go like to LA for a second with Moniece? Or they were like dating or something.
Oh no, Moniece. I think Moniece came.
That.
Oh, okay. Somebody left,
I know what you mean,
and then he went to another franchise too to manage
Hollywood.
Yeah, it was just like.
Yeah,
come on now.
That's just a
wow.
That's
exactly.
That's just, I don't look too deep into it. I don't really.
But good for her. I hope everything works out for her.
She's talented.
Yeah, but bouncing out of Pressure and Richie though, who would you say?
Yeah, because Pressy was trying to start a company, and you know,
but he just wasn't bringing. You know, he just wasn't bringing that fire.
No, he wasn't.
You know, especially at her showcase. You know, that for me was the say all be all. He didn't bring any heavy hitters. Rich Dollaz did. I was actually impressed.
And he made that. So at the photo shoot, so Jennaske and, you know, Richard at the photo shoot, he set up for her. And he's like, you know, I invited Fresher. Which was kind of, now, do you feel like that was an ambush on him to do that? Because she was like, I mean, I could have did that on my own. But I feel like in his mind, he was thinking, well, when were you going to do it? Because we're already here. I did all this. I'm not going to be doing all this for you just so you can be waiting just to tag along this guy. So do you feel like Richie was wrong for doing that? Or do you think he should have let Jennaske handle it on her own?
He was wrong for that.
He was 100% wrong.
There was absolutely no need to bring them all into the same space.
Unprofessional.
That was very unprofessional.
And he did that intentionally.
Of course.
He knew, you know, some sort of problem was going to erupt, and that's exactly what happened. And
did y'all notice how every time Richie says something about Fresher, he always brings it up, right? But when Fresher gets there, Jennaske's the one talking. He's like in the back like,
oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah. So he did all this talking to her like you finna tell him for her, and then he walks in. Now Jennaske gets saying everything.
That's just how
he set up the trap, and she walked right into it.
They throw the bone and then hide their hand.
That's exactly
and that's what he does.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then and so in the midst of that, so we're just glad that Jennaske, you know, got with him. So I mean, I'm glad glad that she got Fresher out the way in a good way, in a business way. I'm glad she got him out the way. He handled it better than I thought he would handle it.
Yeah, me too.
He did.
I'm glad he walked out because he could have let it escalate. Because I mean, I would have felt very ambushed by that. Me too. I would have probably wanted to retaliate, but it's a brand, it's a business, and I feel like that was the best way he did it by walking out. And like he said, next one.
Yeah.
Well, what bothered me? I'm sorry. Before he said next one, he actually threatened them.
By saying good luckers or
no, he said you're like you're gonna get it. Wait, hold on. What did he say? Oh my goodness! But I think
he was talking on like a karma level because it's kind of like how y'all been trying to like ambush me. It's kind of like okay, I see.
He threatened them. This is I made sure to write it down. He said you guys will pay for it. Pay for what?
He ain't gonna do nothing.
What are you? This is a fair game.
I think it's capped. Yeah, I didn't look too deep into it. It's capped.
That was just so lame to me. That bothered me. I was like, Fresher, bye. Like, okay, you did not succeed. You stirred up all these issues and you walked away with nothing. Yeah, so goodbye to you and congratulations to Rich Dollars.
He can't get mad at that. But what I do say another problem, and I feel like this kind of what made her choose Richie was his baby mama. Jenny. So in the midst of all of this, Fresher was like, well, I need to go tell Jenny that I'm no longer working with this girl that I thought was going to help build my brand up. And she's not here for it because another girl is in the picture named Jada who is messaging her saying, Fresher owes me $60,000. He's been scamming me, basically, allegedly scamming her. So it's just a lot going on with them.
Do you believe Jada?
I do.
I do too. Because Jen tightened up when she read it like that. I love you and I bought you flowers and all that. Like she was talking and then she was like, wait, what?
She had evidence.
She did. And then her confessional, she was like, I don't know who to be more mad at, huh?
You know who to be mad at.
The man, your man.
Always the man.
I hate when women do that. Honestly, that's like my biggest pet peeve. Take it up with your man. He is the one lying to everybody, okay?
Exactly. Share receipts.
She doesn't know what's going on. He could easily be telling her one thing and then easily telling Jenny the other. Like, come on. Like this is old news. Why do women continue to do this? I just can't stand it.
Yeah, I can't. Really can't. Trust me, I can't stand it either. It's like, I don't know. But I mean, they have a lot going on. But Jada, and I believe her, but I hope this doesn't get dragged out.
Me too.
I just don't.
It probably will because Jenny's embarrassed. You know what I mean? You just, at the end of the day, and it's funny because Jenny said something really, really valid. She said, I did feel for you. I did. Yeah. She's like,
as a woman.
She's like, as a woman, I did feel for you. But then, you came, I don't like the way you're approaching me and talking to me or, whatever rah-rah she had. Because that's when the embarrassment kicked in. And that's when she was like, you know what? I don't care. At the end of the day, like, I'm not going to look stupid on live TV. Well, not live TV, but I'm not going to look stupid on national TV and have this side chick, make me look dumb. So I'm just going to keep barking at her and make her look like she's the dumb one.
I think she had
it's just messy.
I think she had a good point with that. I will side with her and say this real fast. I feel like in that scene when she was like, if this is about business, the way you came at me should have been approached differently, which I agree. You can't be slugging me talking about me and you just here for money. Because that would have gave me a red flag too. Like, so why are you criticizing me because my man owe you? So you got something going on with him? And I think when she made that comment about like, I pay for your body, that's when it became very personal. It had nothing to do with that $60K or whatever he owes you anymore.
Exactly.
So I'm with her on that one. If you probably would have came in more correct, maybe I could have helped you get your little funky money back.
Exactly.
But you want to talk about attack me and say all these little jabs that's not necessary to get your money back. Now I'm like, maybe you are
I feel like it wasn't even about money. I feel like she just wanted her to know that her man is on her, that she's messing around with him.
I mean, but she did. She came with the receipts, so we got to give Jada props.
And when she still came
with the receipts about the things that he was saying to her about the money. She was like, she wasn't just pulling things out of the thin air. She was saying, hey, to make a music video, it cost A, B, and C. However, he took, D, E, and F.
But that I think she cleared up the business part, but I'm trying to figure out, was there a relationship part? That's the part I'm trying to get.
I feel like it was. And I feel like that's what she.
I feel like she didn't really say it, but it was kind of.
That's what she was alluding to.
He was saying, I love you.
Yeah,
like he was saying, my love for you is real. Do not deny it, and and rah rah rah. Like, come on, this man is out here, sleeping with this artist, and then denying it, and then Jenny gets dragged into it. I feel bad for Jenny.
I know. I feel bad for Jenny too
because she's the real victim in all of this. However, she needs to open up her eyes. She needs to check Fresher. Fresher is the one causing all of these issues. So that's where the problems lies with him. So she needs to come for him.
Yeah.
And clear that up with him. Not
hopefully
meeting up with
yeah.
Jada and all other types of side chicks. Like, nah.
Well, he's out the house now, so we'll see moving forward if he'll get back in the house, okay?
Yeah,
but right now, Doghouse Fresher, that is you, okay? So moving along to topic 3, so the Mendeeces family. So if you guys don't know, Yandy, they added a new addition to the family, Miss Infinity, their beautiful adopted daughter.
so cute.
She's a teenager. Then they have the 2 little ones. And Mendeeces, he's been away in jail for some years now, but he may be getting out.
That's right.
So that's great news. I was happy because I watched him go. I watched the whole 9. So I'm really happy for her. And she's been holding it down by herself for a long time. So kudos to Yandy. But in the midst of all of that, it came to a thing of she heard that if you have a foster child, you can't have a felon live with that child.
That sounds correct.
It sounds very accurate, and that's what broke my heart.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's kind of like, how do you choose? And I feel like if Yandy would have known that prior, she probably could have had a way to approach it if this happened. But I feel just as blindsided as her. Like, what do you do in that situation? And I'm sorry, Miss Judy didn't make it help.
Oh my God.
So if you know, Miss Judy is Mendeeces' mom, and Yandy's telling her like, Mendeeces gonna get out, and she tells the situation, and she's like, so you gonna leave my son out in the street? But clearly not. That's not what she's saying. She's obviously saying it because she don't know what to do.
Yeah. Listen, I'm excited to see Mendeeces in his hairline like everybody else. However, Yandy needs to figure out what she's going to do with this child situation because she shouldn't have to choose over, her husband and the child. So I think that's going to end up working itself out. I feel like they can talk to lawyers. They can do whatever.
Absolutely.
And Mendeeces will be home with the cut and everything will be fine.
Yeah, and I feel like even though he's a convicted felon, I feel like he's not a threat to her danger, to her nature.
But she's probably gonna have to prove that. I think that's what they want to see.
Because it's the law, of course, you have to have proof. So, but we're just speaking off of probably knowing them as just people. So I really do hope they figure it out, which I feel like they will, because that's kind of tough. And I feel like for her to be able to take in someone and be able to get a proof for that should show hopefully something. So
yes,
we'll
absolutely.
see. So nothing but blessings for the.
Because the last time we see them, he was proposing, and then he went away. It was like so sad.
Yeah,
that was so sad.
Hopefully they see that. So a lot of well wishes to the Mendeeces family because we really do love you guys. Now that's all our topics. So let's get into the goods. So we have our special segment, Love and Jaw Drop, and Miss Shell's going to give that to us.
Hey. All right, guys. So if you are new here, Love and Jaw Drop is our special segment, and we talk about the episode's most jaw-dropping moments. So I'm going to start first. I think my jaw dropped when Safaree skirt
that made me upset.
Safaree skirt off in the whip while his pregnant and barefoot fiance is crying. Like, I was like, you didn't even try to right, oh hell no.
Play that
right?
again. Like,
so I was like that made my jaw drop. I said, how could you be so selfish and so inconsiderate? And this is the woman that you're about to marry. I was so done with Safaree and his antics at that point. That was my moment. What about you guys?
I agree. So, but she tried to give the good one. I guess mine would be just Erica and Cyn. That little moment they had. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
So that was jaw dropping for me. Like I said, I'm all here for the women empowerment. Do not get me wrong. I just didn't expect that at that moment.
Me either. Me either.
I don't believe Erica though. I don't.
No.
I don't. I think, again, she didn't say sorry. I caught that. And I also feel like she's being disingenuous. I think she's, for the sake of, the temporary peace, to ensure that, she doesn't have any issues. She's pregnant. She's got to keep the stress at a low. I think she just swallowed that one and just said, okay.
She did tell Tahiri and Safaree in that scene when they asked her, like, so what is this relationship now for you guys? And she was like, it's maybe like a hard argue because Safaree's like, is she going to come around now? She was like, maybe not all of that. Maybe just like, if I see you, how are you? Cordial. So, maybe they're just cool.
We'll see for now. Yeah, we'll see for now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's Erica. She is unpredictable. I don't think that woman has like any loyalty in her body. So yeah, I think she's saying one
don't
thing
have
now.
loyalty?
No, I just think she's a Scorpio, which means that she's impulsive. I feel like they have impulsive behavior.
I'm not Scorpio. I just want to hear what she got to say about it. That's what I'm asking.
I like Scorpio women, but I feel like
I know some,
all water signs, like Safaree's a Cancer.
Water sign.
Water sign. I'm a Pisces.
Water sign.
Erica's a Scorpio. I feel like if we get there, we can be very like reactional instead of we don't react. I'm sorry, we don't respond sometimes. We'll react first. So I can see it.
Okay. And I agree with that. Okay, I'll give you to that for more astrology. Okay. Okay, so that's all for our special segment. Any more for Love and Draw Drop? Nope,
that's it.
Okay, cool. So let's get into this news and gossip.
Let's see, honey.
Saba, give us the tea.
Okay, here we go. News and gossip. All right, so Cyn is still promoting her No Questions song. What do y'all think about that song?
We actually talked about it. I like it.
Yeah, you guys like it. You know, I honestly, I heard it today for the first time. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really like it. I really didn't. I just felt like it was it's kind of redundant, you know, it's kind of played out type of R&B, you know, just kind of slapped together real quick. I will say this, Cyn's voice is decent. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's decent. The video was good quality. I like the video.
I mean, it sounds like a Rich Dollaz production. Like something he would produce. But I mean, he didn't produce it, but it sounds like something he would produce.
Yeah, you know, like, well, actually, no offense, Rich, it sounds a little bit better than something he would produce.
I like Cyn, so I'm gonna support it.
I have to disagree because I actually downloaded it. The song. So I liked it. I think because I just love Cyn.
Yeah.
But I'm not just saying because I love it on me because you can't sing. But I do love Cyn personally, and I feel like, honestly, because I feel like a lot of times in this media type of industry, you always have that baby mama that want to go into music. Sometimes they can really sing, and then sometimes they're just doing it just because they feel like it's the wave.
That's true, like Erica.
When Cyn did it and she actually could do it, I was like, yes, do it, because it's rare that they actually can. And I feel like she sounds good. She was able to put out not one but two songs.
That's
backdoor
true.
both of the songs with music videos, and that shows more than what we see in this whole stereotypical love and hip hop. I want to be a singer rapper type of world. So I feel like she's doing the damn thing. And that's just me.
I still think it's mediocre though. You know, honestly,
I mean,
like if you're gonna be a real artist, you know, you're really gonna take this seriously. Like, you know, I'm sorry, I have high standards. You know, especially when it comes to like music and stuff like that, and performance.
Because it's not, I don't know if she has a music background. She may has one, but like, what is she?
That's the thing. Like, I didn't even know like she was a singer until she started singing like on the last episode, and I was like, oh, okay. And then that's when I looked into it, and I was like, oh wow, there's a whole video, and oh wow,
I feel like she has potential.
I mean, I like her. And her voice is good. Like, I feel like she can sing.
It's okay.
I feel like she can hang in there.
I think it's okay. I think it can get better. You know, with more practice. You know, I think she still needs a little bit more training and sharpening. But I definitely would not, like, if I was Richie Dollaz or, you know, any other, you know, talent scout, you know, producer, I would never sign her. Never. I would be like, you are not ready.
Well,
like,
thank God you weren't on American Idol, Simon Cowell. What's his name? Simon.
It's a no for me.
Simon gonna let us have it, y'all.
It's a no for me. But speaking of Cyn, I got some more news. So her and Jonathan were actually on People TV.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had an interview on People TV, and they were just pretty much talking about, you know, their relationship, how close they are. Jonathan was getting into, you know, the whole situation with Yandy and Chrissy, and you know, it's really. I really like Jonathan.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that Jonathan right now. You know what I'm saying?
He's Gemini.
It is so.
It's like I'm always giving out a score.
Okay. He's Gemini. I feel like Jonathan is who Bobby Lights should be on the other franchise.
No, Bobby
I do like Bobby.
I like Bobby too, but
Bobby inserts himself too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's Miami.
Right. Yeah.
But let them.
But Jonathan, you know, I will say this about Jonathan, you know, because we have been watching him, you know, not only on the show. I saw him on this interview with People TV. He is so consistent. This man does not switch up. I respect him. So I really like that about Jonathan. I'm going to throw it out there. And I really do like how him and Cyn have become so tight. They're like brother and sister now.
Yeah, I love that.
I just think it's absolutely.
He treats all his friends like that, and I love it.
Yeah.
Even Kim Bella, even though she's tripping right now, but even her.
And and I like his honesty. Speaking of Kim Bella, I like his honesty about Kim Bella. You know, he thinks that she is literally, you know, pandering Chrissy, which I agree. I think she is too. You know, I think she's looking for some sort of just like a strengthening in like an alliance with somebody. You know, I think with Kim Bella, you know, it's just kind of tough to say what her role really is on the show. You know, other than being Jules Santana's wife, and it's like, okay, well, what else? What else is going on here? Okay, well, we got to give you something. Let's stir the pot a little bit. How about you become best friends with Chrissy? Boom, out of nowhere. Okay, that's really, I don't know. I just do not, I don't trust that, that friendship or that, makeup there. So, anywho,
I do hope we see more, which I'm sure we will. But we're out of time for our predictions. But I mean, if you kind of gauge our conversation, I feel like we have an idea where we're predicting.
100%.
Yes. So next week we'll have episode 7. Hopefully it's going to be another jam-packed episode. But until next week, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your host, Sierra Stafford. You can go find me on my Instagram at Sierra Stafford TV. And where can they find you, ladies?
You guys can find me at I am Safaree. At I am Safaree on Instagram. No, don't forget that dot.
And you guys can follow me at Bombshell. That is B0MBCHELL. Don't forget the 0.
It's a 0, not a O.
It's a 0, not an O. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.